Hey guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated every time I make a new video. Thanks, let's begin. Drink from the metal goblet. Now you want more. Blades of metal. Death and their album Scream Bloody Gore. I have the 1987 Combat release, which is the first release, as well as the 2019 release from Relapse Records. For weight's sake, I'm going to hold up the original copy because this one's a little heavier, 2 discs versus 1. This is the first album in the band's discography. There have been many a case on which band truly harnessed the essence of the subgenre that is known as death metal. Whether it be bands like Possessed or Sepultura or a few other classics, I feel none truly shaped what death metal would become, like Death's Scream Bloody Gore. What Chuck Schuldiner as well as Chris Riefert from the band Autopsy created was a full-fledged, in-your-face death metal album. All the way back in 1987. There were no thrash undertones, there was no black metal mixed in there, this was just pure death metal. The late great Schuldiner, a metal god in his own right. He performed vocals, guitars, bass, as well as lyrics and songwriting to this album. It was a true passion project. I think Chuck was a fan just like us. I love, in a 1987 phone interview, how he lists some of his favorite bands like Slayer and Sodom, and then goes into the horror movie stuff, such as Silent Night, Deadly Night, as well as his opinion on Demons, which was a bit mixed, which is not really understandable. Why would you think Demons is just okay? It's freaking Demons. He even calls the Deadly Spawn Return of the Aliens the Deadly Spawn.
Have you seen Demons yet?
Yeah, I did.
Is it any good?
It's okay. The beginning's like pretty cool. They said some cool shit, but it gets kind of like boring and dumb.
Oh yeah.
It's just kind of all that. It's okay. It's worth seeing, I guess, renting.
How about Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2? Did you see that yet?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah, I like that. Did you see it?
No, the town I live in is so lame, the people got it banned from here.
Really?
Yeah.
You're hating it, man.
It sucks. They did the same thing with Silent Night, Deadly Night a couple years back.
Yeah, that was a cool movie.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Deadly Spawn is killer. Have you ever heard that one?
What is it?
Deadly Spawn, Return of the Aliens. It's killer, man.
Metal as fuck. His musicianship is just amazing. He has all this talent in this album. He pretty much does everything, but that's not to undermine Chris Riefert. His drumming pounds like roaring thunder, or even with the force of a pulsating egg sac awaiting to spread its metal seed. His tremendous sound accompanies Schuldiner with his wailing growls and standout bass work to create this powerhouse of a first album. The songs are not just in your face either, they're catchy as hell. Every chorus screams with the chants of its respected song title. The strongest and most impactful are terrifying tunes such as the sickeningly swaying Infernal Death, the magically metal Evil Dead, based off the film, and the darkeningly dank Zombie Ritual. I remember in my early ventures into death metal, the Zombie Ritual was on a compilation video. It had other great tunes like Autopsies, I believe it was Severed Survival, or no, it was In the Grip of Winter. And another one was Claws of the Laughter Dead by At the Gates. I was hooked, man. Originally, Scream Bloody Gore was only released with 10 tracks. 2 bonus ones were included on this release, which were Beyond the Unholy Grave and... what the fuck? A Land of No Return. The former is enjoyable and catchy, but I can see why it wasn't included. It is kind of an amalgamation of certain songs on this record. I still love it though. The latter track is epic as hell too. From the thunderous marching intro to the very end. I get real Possessed vibes from it, the band Possessed. Yeah. It does kind of lead to this grandiose chorus, but it never comes. It just kind of fizzles out. It just reaches the crescendo and then starts over. So I can see why both were not included, because it kind of breaks the enjoyability of the record as a whole. Still great songs, but nothing compared to the first 10. The album as a whole is just a horror movie recommendation list, but in song form. Certain songs fixate around certain movies, namely of the Italian variety. Regurgitated Gut is reference to a very specific scene in City of the Living Dead, which is gnarly as hell. I would also be remiss if I didn't mention that Sacrificial was not originally called that. It was called Sacrificial, but the rest of the title, I think you had to make an appointment for it, to actually read it, because they kept on saying, see you next Tuesday. Obviously, the word didn't get put on the sleeve. Damn it. I also need to discuss the album artwork. Edward J. Repka created probably my favorite artwork of Death's discography. He only did the first 3, and this is one of the more iconic ones. I feel it represents what the album talks about pretty much overall. The skeleton figures drinking goblets of gore while one sits in a chair staring at you, maybe trying to make you puke your own guts. It's eerie, and I love it. This is a solid record overall. Everyone hails Leprosy, and I do love Leprosy, but for my money, Scream Bloody Gore is catchier, and one hell of an homage to horror. When the title track closes out with some nice riffage, you know you've engulfed your fill. Whether or not you want the bonus tracks is fine, as long as you enjoyed your consumption, that's all that matters. Check this beast out. Overall, I give Death and their album Scream Bloody Gore a 3.5 out of 5. You've been watching Shark House Entertainment. I am your host, Brian Gatto. Make sure to check out my Patreon and Facebook page. Both links are in the description below. Also hits that notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video, and as always, subscribe!